Hello viewers, Power here to review the Ultraman Trigger DX G.U.T.S Hyper Key Premium Ultraman Trigger Set. So here we are back with the, I guess, traditional premium sets. After a while, this set falls in line with what the Z set has done. Obviously we got trigger multi-type in the front. And, you know, the traditional stuff. And speaking of Z, in traditional sense, the box design is similar to the actual toy designs or box designs for Trigger, which I appreciate. We got the Trigger logo itself. Here we have the entire lineup of the sets. So obviously there are re-releases or premium editions of Trigger Multi-Type, Power Type, Sky Type, and Glitter Trigger Eternity, and the new key, Trigger Truth. And it's been a while since we had this, but here we are back with our traditional premium backside with all four forms, including Trigger Truth. And to show the background, because I really like that they did this, the background is actually carried over from the ancient spark lens of the ancient tablet, which I really like overall. So here we have the keys out. Let's move to the side, take a look at the Trigger multi-type key. As you can see, it's mostly just the standard Trigger multi-type, to the point it's still B001 and it's still U-01, and you know, there's Trigger multi-type. However, if we actually compare it to the original DX one, you can tell there's a different sheen towards the sticker. And that's actually because like the sticker has like a more smoother, or like, it's still smooth, but it's like there's definitely a texture now, or it's not even a texture, it's like there's a roughness, but like at the same time, like, you know, like you can just tell this one is definitely like a more smoother. Well, I mean, this one is smooth, but like it's not as glossy, which I think is what I meant to say. But it's just really interesting. I don't even remember them stating this within the blogs. I think they did this just to like replicate the show ones more accurately, but you can just tell. Like, luckily from this camera, you can tell the difference between the stickers, because as I shine this through the light, you can just tell it gets lost. This one, you can tell there is something, or like the sticker is different. So that's really neat. So, sounds.
Ultraman Trigger Multi-Type.
And just to get this out of the way, sound comparison.
Ultraman Trigger Multi-Type.
Then both.
Ultraman Trigger Multi-Type.
So in traditional fashion, this one is a more high quality speaker, and this one is a bit quicker in timing than this one, which, you know, is appreciated, definitely. Then again, this one's in the same layout as the Z keys. So we have the hyperkey mode, henshin mode, sound mode, and phrase mode.
Ultraman Trigger Multi-Type. Sound mode.
And sound mode, basically, you know, it has phrases of Kengo for his transformation phrase, the transformation itself, and then a circle arms finisher and a traditional finisher, and then obviously a color timer.
multi-type.
Just like what the Ultra Brothers said, I will show the transformations off in sound mode because of what's coming up. Oh yeah, BGM. So, interestingly, just to say this right away, these four comprise of their background music tracks that play during their fights and such, or battles and such. Just Trigger Truth, on the other hand, plays the TV-sized version of Trigger. Whoops. Can you focus?
Superior sword finish.
And then again, this one's just another, like the Sperion Coulson, and then the last sound is the color timer. All of these have the color timer sound, so we're only going to play it once. Last but not least, phrase mode. So this phrase mode comprises of all the main characters spread out through each key. So obviously we got Kengo, Akiko? Is that his name? I don't think so. Yuna and Ignis. I think what was their name? Not Yudrizo. Yurizul? Again, I've only watched up to episode 4 of Taiga. There's about like 10 to 14 phrases. Because I want to say basically each key kind of like separate, it's like two big moments in an episode. So this one's obviously like episode 1 and I believe episode 1 and 2, I believe. I don't know what that's supposed to be. And we're back to the beginning. So again, that's basically the basics of these hyper keys. So we won't go through these ones a lot. We will only probably just go through the transformations and the phrases. So here's trigger power type, still U-02, B002. Again, just to show off the sticker.
Ultraman trigger power type. Ground mode.
I really do appreciate the newer high quality speaker because it really makes the BGM stand out a lot more in the transformations. Speaking of that, there we have trigger power type respectively. Again, they will try to have phrases associated with the key.
はそんなうざい言葉を信じてウルトラマンになることを諦めた。お前に託したんだ。パワーにはパワーで対抗しろ。
Sorry. Here we have Trigger Sky type B003. Sticker. I think Sky types is longer. I really do like they have the hyper key creation sound.
Ultraman Trigger Sky Type. Ground Mode. Kenku o kage. Koutaku no hiri. Ultraman Trigger!
BGM for this one is Trigger Sky type. This one's Trigger multi-type.
本当のスピードを見せてやれ。ありがとう。お願い。戻ってきて、ケンゴ。ただいま。あなたがトリガーだったんだね。ごめんね。ずっと幸せで、嫌いしてあげられなくて。ヒナ、ありがとう。僕は光の化身。闇と戦うことが僕の運命。ケンゴ、あなたは光であり、人である。そうだ、僕は光の化身ウルトラマンであり、母さんが育ててくれた人間、マナカケンゴなんだ。私、怖い。死ぬのが。でも、やっぱり守りたい。みんなの笑顔を。お父様は私に話してくれた。人は誰でも光になれるって。本当のスピードを見せてやれ。
Really nice that this one mostly comprises of Yuna. Last but not least, here we have Quarter Trigger Eternity. Still B004. This one, however, from what I can tell, is the exact same, as you can tell. And just from like feeling it, this one is still the same like exact sticker. So I wonder if that it just didn't really work. Whatever they were doing with the first three just didn't really work for this one, so they just dropped it. Oh well. Obviously, when you press it in hyperkey mode, it still has that like key summoning sound as the first press. But I really do like in the henshin mode when you hold it down, that's immediately the first press.
Trigger Eternity. Ground Mode. 宇宙を照らす超広大な光。ウルトラマントリガー。Trigger Eternity.
BGM track is Quarter Trigger Eternity. Obviously, because he doesn't have circle arm finishers, he has glitter blade finishers. And I don't know if the color timer is different. I'll play it. Because I don't know if Glitter Trigger Eternity's color timer is a different sound because it's supposed to be all three of them beeping at the same time. Ignis is actually, like, Ignis starts appearing with this key.
私は自分でこの運命を選んだの。これからも一緒に戦っていこう。みんなの笑顔を守るために。涙なんて二度とごめんな。それが自分でも他人でも、もちろん地球人であっても。カルミラの目的地はここです。狙いはこの僕です。ずっと黙ってて。 ラマントリガーなんです。ジグニス、僕は光であり人である。この光と闇の争いを終わらせなければいけないんです。一緒に戦ってください。確かにこの地球は極上だ。カルミラに渡すわけにはいかねえな。思いっきり行くぜ。あなたにエタニティコアのかけらを。
And that's it. So now with our new key, Trigger Truth, as you can see, the body is translucent yellow with glitter injections, and the white tears are really nice pearlescent white with that sheen of purple that is carried over from the ancient spark lens. It's not, you can see it here just a smidge, but it's not coming out on camera as well. But I really do like this sheen overall. And this one is actually new because this one is B005. And then as you can see, the front is actually remolded from Glitter Trigger Eternity because this is now yin and yang. The speaker is actually different, and as you can see from here, the inside there's Trigger Truth and Trigger Dark, which is pretty neat. Again, just to show that they actually bothered to change it. I actually kind of like this design a lot more. I think it makes a lot more sense than whatever this is. The body is the same, but this front piece is different. I also just really like the molding here, because I just honestly never really got what this was supposed to be. Well, I know this is supposed to represent the 3 color timers, but like up here, sound format's the same as Glitter Trigger.
Trigger Truth.
This one you actually get 3 sounds because that's the first sound, but this is technically the first sound.
Trigger Truth.
Nope. Okay, this one should be the first sound. Again, I might be confusing it with something else.
Trigger Truth.
Nope. Okay, I don't know. When I was playing with it earlier, it was giving me 3. We'll probably see it later. Sound mode. Sadly, they got rid of the like sound mode from here. It sucks that it's just a normal one. That one's pretty long. We get the grunt and then the BGM. I feel like this one's definitely the weakest out of the 5 because this one actually has vocals, and for some reason the vocals feel like there's definitely a sense of compression. I think that's the key. I don't know if that's the transformation cancellation sound because there's no color timer. That's the creation of the key. And I think from this point it's just the transformation again. Like, that's cool.
トリガーなら必ず。Hyper Key Mode.
That just doesn't work. But yeah, that's basically it with all 5 of these keys. So let's quickly go through them, because I'd go through everything in the demos. In traditional sense, we only do both modes with 1 key.
Ultraman Trigger Multi-Type.
And basically, in Hypergun mode, it's all the same like the original keys.
Hyperion.
So we're just not going to bother. Obviously, everything here is the same. It's just that this is a lot quieter now. So you didn't watch the Ultra Brothers set. Basically, ever since that set, despite the fact this one has a hyperkey mode and henshin mode, they permanently made it so that both modes were the same. It's just that henshin mode doesn't have Kengo's phrases. But that doesn't matter, because no matter what, in the transformation, you have to press the trigger for it to say its name, which is really bothersome. Gosh darn it, come on.
Hyperion.
So just, you know, you can press it whenever you want, so we're gonna press it there.
Ultraman Trigger Multi-Type.
Again, I appreciate that ability, but like, this is hyperkey mode. I want it to be like the DX toy. Like, why would you remove the ability of that? Why are you making me do it? Anyways, the attack sounds. Basically, they're all of Trigger's basic attacks. Like, one basic attack, then you get several circle arm sounds, and then it'll be like the final sound, or the final attack.
Circle Arms. Multi-Sword.
Really like they have the grunt and then the attack.
Superior Sword Finish.
Last but not least, there it goes, flying off. Obviously, when you hold this down, color timer. And do it again.
Circle Arms. Multi-Sword.
And then for henshin mode, we'll just do this spark lens mode.
Hyperion.
Obviously, you can press it whenever you want. And then press this whenever you want.
Ultraman Trigger Multi-Type.
sorry. But yeah. So obviously that is how, you know, your standardness of the henshin mode. However, what I really like what they did with the trigger key is that obviously because this is BGM and such, they actually transition, like they actually start the music early or the BGM early, so then it starts at like the almost nearly like, you know, imagine this is a timeline. So imagine this is like the end part of the like transformation for like transformation. They actually they actually added the BGM just right before it ends, which I really appreciate and such, because that's genuinely cool and really does help you immerse yourself with the show. It's really cool. Again, we'll just do all of these in the henshin mode.
Ultraman trigger, power type.
Actually, I mean, more accurately, he does it all in the spark lens mode. You have to press this twice for the type changing sound, and then like again, it's just really cool. I forgot that I have to still show the attacks. It is kind of annoying that's separate. There he goes, flying off once again. Sky type.
Ultraman trigger, sky type. Run bolt.
Oh shoot. Yeah, I realized like you really have to press this button down just to like, you know, actually press the button of the hyper key. Here we have glitter trigger. Oops. I mean, I guess that's there just to show that's still present. Whoop-de-doo. I hate this thing so much. This thing doesn't want to cooperate, so let's just show another thing. So obviously, in the black spark ones, obviously Ignis used this. Exactly like this. So obviously when you insert this, and when you hold it down, let's just change this quickly. Because I don't think it works in Henshin mode. So obviously, if you remember, all you have to do is hold the button down. Yeah, they actually premiumized that sound, which is really cool. Like, they didn't have to, but they did it anyway. So, it's just really cool overall. Now, for it to actually cooperate in this thing, this thing you have to press twice. Three. One. No. Type change. Then. This was the best in like BGM transition. Man, that's great. Alright. This one's interesting because I thought this one would have included all the 3 finishers for the Quarter Blade, but it actually only includes the one. As it just disconnects itself. Cool. Let's just turn it off then. Because instead it includes that one. And there he flies off. And then holding this down. So yeah, you no longer have the ability of just doing it whenever, if you wanted to. Like, if you for some reason wanted to try to do it in Henshin mode. Yeah, so it doesn't work in Henshin mode. So let's do Trigger Truth. And obviously this one's new, so we will show it in the guts, or the hypergun mode. Don't really like how that one just cuts off. Oh, so it's just the one. So it does the same standby as glitter trigger. And the light pattern's also the same. So yeah, this one is actually just white, which makes it works. I never really thought that. Like, you know, just because, like, I don't think the majority of us would have figured that they would have done a fifth form. Like, probably for a movie, but not for, like, the final episode and such. So it's just, like, it's kind of neat how they, like, actually circled around that, because obviously, like, you know, because of the fact that these keys tease, like, well, I mean, throughout the entire time, this one did tease, like, after glitter, like, you know, the orange LED, no, the yellow LED being white. You know, it's just kind of the thing you wouldn't really expect them actually, like, actually go back to. Yeah, see, so you get the sound of, like, the creation of it.
Trigger truth.
So yeah, because
Trigger truth.
but now I'm not getting that now. All right, maybe, or it's just me forgetting how it sounded like. Gosh darn it! Come on, we need to do this final battle. Can you imagine Kengo on Nurse Essay struggling with this? Obviously, this one doesn't have that transition, but I mean, it still works. This one has 5 attacks, and no, like, it only purely has attacks. There's no, like, him flying off or, like, canceling the transformation, weirdly. I'm pretty sure that's the last sound, because then we circle back to that. So yeah, that's the basics of all of these and such, to the point that we're just literally gonna jump straight to circle arms, because the battery's gonna die. All the previous keys do the exact same thing, so we're just gonna do truth. Alright, can I actually finish this video in 4 minutes or before the battery dies, or am I gonna have to just do a rough rushing conclusion? But anyways, my thoughts on this set is that, you know, it's pretty solid. I think the updates they did to the sounds really work, because I did feel that the original trigger keys were the most lacking, just because it felt like they really restricted themselves. So it's really nice to have trigger keys that actually do the finishers, because it was just really weird. None of them did. Obviously, I can definitely see the set being a bother to some, just because you have to rebuy 4 keys just to get 1 new key, but I think it's honestly worth it. Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with, if you want to, like, have everything happen to itself and not you having to rely on having it to say its own name. Yeah, you might as well just get the DX ones. They're cheaper anyway. But again, I think the premiumness of these keys definitely do work. And I do like the selection of phrases, or just how they handled it. Really glad they didn't go with the Z route of just dumping the entire show in a toy, because yeah, cool, you were able to add over 300 lines, but again, they're directly ripped from the show, so it's just like, it's not as valuable. So I'm really happy to hear it's cut to a minimum and at least somewhat relevant to the key. But yeah, obviously most people would want to get it for Trigger Truth, but if you do want a way to get this key without having to buy this expensive set, you can. And if you don't care about Trigger Truth, you can go get the Ultra Dual Sword and get this same exact mold of the key. But again, that one doesn't do as much. But I mean, it's a retail way of getting this key, or the mold at least. And also, I just really like the new sticker texture for these ones. It's really neat. And obviously the speaker quality is great. I love that these ones that finally include the BGM tracks. I'm fine with vocal tracks, but it's just like, I feel like the BGM tracks definitely not embrace, they definitely present the Ultra a lot more better. Obviously some Ultras do benefit, but it's just like, I feel like a lot of the issues of like the new generation heroes could have been resolved if they just used the BGM tracks. And honestly, same with Zet. Yeah, it's really up to you. Again, I think this goes for like $50 to $70 in the aftermarket. You don't have to go for it if you already are satisfied with these 4 keys in your DX format. But if you really want Trigger Truth, then uh, scramble.